Boom, we're going.
This is the 5 on 5 podcast presented by directmusicservice.com. I am Phenom. Below me is Nick Lopez. To my right is Jupiter Williams. And our special guest today, all the way live from Indianapolis, make some noise for DJ Andy D.
Wow.
We will get into that, though. We will get into all of this. But first, Jupiter's word.
Yo, we're moving on up. We're moving on up. Hey, we're in the Jefferson's house because we are moving up to the east side because we got a pro account on Zoom. So now there will be no interruptions. Your boys have done it. We have done it, y'all. We didn't even need a Twitch-a-thon on them. We didn't need to do a crowd. Well, we did some crowdfunding.
We did a little.
Yes. And I do want to give a shout out to Portland Pizza Peddler. Congratulations, sir, on your engagement. Congrats.
Yeah. Shout out to Jerry.
Yes. Best pizza in Portland right now.
That is the best pizza
good.
in Portland right now. And we can definitely talk more in depth on that. But we want to talk to you, Annie. How the fuck are you?
I mean, was there really a great answer for that right now?
Nope.
No, there isn't.
It's definitely not a wrong answer.
I mean, it could be worse. I guess I can say that. I'm happy and healthy and, I have a job.
There we
I'm
go.
not homeless. So I can't complain. But
what is the vibe in Indy right now? Because you guys are still open, right?
yeah, we're still open. The mayor just announced starting this past Monday that we can only have 25% capacity again in the bars and the clubs. So masks obviously required. That's really the new rule. It was 50%. It's back down to 25. We were worried we were going to get shut down again. So I'm actually shocked that we didn't.
Well, we're in Portland, and Neek flew out this weekend and just found out that he was in the Hunger Games. We were presenting him as tribute because we got locked down.
Oh, you guys did get back on lockdown?
Yes.
We locked down like the day after he landed, and we had a gig that night and Saturday night, and well, it just didn't happen. But
it was a great time. It was a lot of fun.
We made our own fun. We made our own fun out of it, and that was cool. But that's not why we're here. We're here today to push you mentally to your breaking point as far as music goes. This is the 5 on 5 podcast. What we do every week, we compare two artists head to head, their top 5 songs as viewed most popular on Spotify. It gets weird. It gets gross. You want to change your answer. You might be all flustered and everything, but that's why we do this. This week, it is my pick. I am very happy with this pick. It's going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Ludacris versus Juvenile.
Yes. Yes, Colin.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
This takes Ludacris out of my picks now, so.
Okay.
Yeah. Kind of salty about that, but we'll move on.
We will move on. Round 1, My Chick Bad or Back That Ass Up. Let's start with Annie.
Come on.
Back
Back that ass up.
Yes.
Of course. There's just no comparison when it comes to those two. I mean, My Chick Bad is definitely a banger. It does well, I guess, when I play it.
Yeah.
But I would say Back That Ass Up is a classic. You couldn't put that one second. There's no way.
That's fair. Neek.
Back that ass up all day.
Yep. Yeah. Travis, sweep.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Manny Fresh on the productions. Come on.
I kind of figured that would be a quick one. Round 2. Ludacris, Act a Fool or Juvenile, Slow Motion? Let's start with Neek on this.
Slow Motion. This is...
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. I don't dislike Ludacris, but as I'm thinking about it, like, this could be an easy sweep for me.
Okay. We'll see how this pans out.
Depending on the top 5. But yeah.
That's fair. Travis.
We are going with Slow Motion. I'm surprised that Act a Fool is number 2 for Ludacris. I don't like that.
Yeah. You're going against the Fast and Furious soundtrack, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, movie guy isn't voting for the movies tonight, folks.
Nope.
Annie, is it a sweep, Slow Motion?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that Act a Fool is is number 2.
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned
Yeah.
what the next 3 are gonna be.
Yeah. Well, it gets a little bit better from here on out. I did have to make a substitution for round 3.
Uh-oh.
Let's start with Ludacris. What's your fantasy against Juvenile substitution? Because Juvenile's number 3 was Back That Thang Up, the clean version of Back That Ass Up. So we had to move some pieces around here. I'm going to give you guys Luda, what's your fantasy versus Juvenile, Nolia Clap. What do you guys think? Let's start with Neek.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm going with Ludacris. What's your fantasy?
See?
Okay, that substitution change thing. If it was still Back That Thang Up would have won. But What's Your Fantasy is better than Know Your Clap, even though I love Know Your Clap.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Annie.
I mean, first instinct for me was Know Your Clap, to be honest. But,
Okay.
I mean, when it comes to DJing and what I would rather play, it would definitely probably be What's Your Fantasy? Or what would do better.
Okay.
I don't know, this one's hard.
It's a hard one.
It is hard.
I like the Andre version better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
Travis.
Sweet. Georgia Dome on the
Luda.
50-yard line with the Dirty Birds kick the streets.
Yep.
Man, come on, man. Hey, Luda. This was off of his mixtape first before Def Jam put it on his album. And that mixtape was fire.
I was in the 4th grade. Ludacris taught me all kinds of shit with this
See?
album.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
little Neek.
Yeah.
Little Meek was learning.
Man,
I just remember how dope. all
What
of these
year did this
videos were
album
so
come
dope.
out?
Oh, man.
2000?
Let's see.
2000?
2000. Yeah, it has to be 2000.
Okay.
2000. Yeah. I think 2000. Word of mouth.
I was gonna say
No.
2000, 2001.
2001.
Yeah. That had Fat Rabbit on it too. That's a heater.
Fat Rabbit. That was
Oh
his
my
first
God.
song. That was his first song that he had. It
Yeah.
premiered on Timberland's album first. Timberland in the Basement. And
That's such a heater.
It was Back
Good
for the
Lord.
first time, wasn't it? Wasn't Fantasy on Back for the first time?
that. Yes.
That was 2000, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to think of how old I was. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, yeah, I learned a whole lot of stuff off that album.
So much. I remember seeing that video and being like, "Oh, I'm in trouble."
Yeah.
yeah. In the heyday of the Freaknik too.
Yeah. Let's go to round 4 here. We got Ludacris How Low versus Juvenile Rodeo. Let's start with Travis on this.
Man, How Low?
Okay.
I feel like How Low was right there when Ludacris was peaking, and it was in the time when Ludacris could do no wrong. Like, and he was the hottest thing out. I'm gonna go with How Low.
Okay. Andy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with How Low too. Definitely.
Okay.
To be honest, I've probably only heard Rodeo. Not a lot. Not a lot.
That's fair.
I mean, I definitely have it in my crates and I play it, but I would definitely put How Low over Rodeo for sure.
Yeah.
That's fair. Neek.
I had to give myself a reminder on what Rodeo was.
Mm-hmm.
Ludacris. I don't like you.
Another Luda vote. Okay. All right. As this settles it, round 5 is going to be the tiebreaker. Let's go with Ludacris Moneymaker versus Juvenile Ha. And I'm going to start with Travis based on his reaction. Okay.
Man, that introduced the world to what New Orleans rap could be after Master P.
Okay.
And then Jay-Z got on the remix too. Y'all
Mhm.
already know how I feel about Mr. Sean Carter, so let's keep it going.
Okay. Neek, what do you got?
All day. That's easy.
Okay.
That's a terrible Ludacris song. I hate that song.
Yeah,
Moneymaker?
I hate
Yeah,
it.
man.
With the Pharrell production, the 4 stabs.
Yo, I'm usually like a big Pharrell stan and anything he
it was
does.
too commercial.
Yes,
This one was so pop. I
This was-
hated it.
This was built for commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
not
true.
a fan. But love Ha. Ha's another one of those songs that like might cause a car accident for me.
Yes, absolutely. See, yeah.
Annie, is it a sweep or are you going the other way?
I want to go the other way just to be that person, but no. It's definitely a sweep.
Okay.
It's definitely a sweep.
Okay.
Ha wins this round.
That's
for
fair.
Yes.
That's fair. Okay, Juvenile squeaked that one out. Let me ask you guys this. What Ludacris songs were missing from this? I'm going to go ahead and say Southern Hospitality right away.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's my favorite Ludacris song.
Yeah.
Him rapping upside down in the music video.
Yes.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Yes.
What else are we missing?
I'm surprised Yeah wasn't on there, even though he's a feature. We've had features on here. I'm surprised Lovers and Friends isn't on here, even though it's
that's
a
Yeah.
feature.
Yeah.
Honestly, Pimpin' all over the world.
Oh yeah.
that's a good
Yeah.
one. Area
That's a
Codes.
ball.
Area Codes is a great
Codes.
single. It's one of those songs that like I like, but I understand it's not a top 5 song.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
Move Bitch. Come on. Move
Yes.
Bitch.
Move
Yeah.
Bitch should have been in the top 5.
Stand Up.
For sure. Stand up.
Stand Up.
That
Yeah.
music video
Yeah.
So sick.
itself.
Oh.
For
Stand
Stand
Up's
Up.
produced by Kanye too.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
When I saw Kanye in Indianapolis, actually, he performed all of the songs that he produced. And
Oh, wow.
It was unfucking real, including Stand Up.
P Poppin', Splash
yeah.
Waterfalls.
Splash
Well,
Water.
Those are
Welcome
songs
to
that I know
Atlanta.
wouldn't.
One.
Those are all songs I know wouldn't be in the top 5, but those are the songs I really like from Ludacris.
Songs that deserve to be in the top 5, though, for
Yes.
sure. Juvenile. What's Juvenile missing? I'm going to say Throw Fits, even though he was a guest.
400 Degrees.
Yep. Mhm.
Um.
Number 1 stunner.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see here.
I want to say some 504 Boys, but that doesn't count because his name isn't like on that.
He's on Hot Girl.
He is on Hot Girl.
Yes.
Project Bitch. That could have
Yeah.
been on there too.
Man, that's a great one.
That's a tough cut, man. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do a bonus round. Let's do a little bonus round then.
Okay.
Let's do Project Bitch versus Yeah. 2 guest cuts.
I like that.
Let's start with Neek on this. He looks a little concerned.
Not even Project Bitch.
Not
that's
even.
easy.
Not even concerned.
That's a roll
Okay.
my eyes look.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say Project Bitch versus P Poppin' or something. I would have been shook a little bit.
Oh.
You know,
Okay.
twerk anthems, something
Yeah.
to get
Okay.
the round of applause going, inspire dance moves.
Dance
That's
moves.
That's fair. Annie, which way are you going on that one?
Project Bitch for sure.
Okay. Travis?
I'm gonna go with Project Bitch. The masses would say yeah, but definitely Project Bitch. When Juvenile dropped Project Bitch in the club when we were in Vegas at Jewel, it tore the place up.
Yeah. Yeah. What a bizarre night, man. That was such a
really
strange
was.
night.
It really was.
Sidebar, will there ever be a better trio cut than Yeah? Like for the club?
Yeah, it was great. I want to keep
Oh.
shitting it, but even as a kid, I had a good time with it.
I mean, just legendary sales for this song, like through the roof.
I mean,
The closest I think we could get to that is Crazy in Love from Beyonce and Jay-Z.
That's one of my favorites to play.
Like
every-
exponentially huge.
yeah. Yeah.
Works at corporate gigs, works at weddings, works in a stadium.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one. Something will happen, I'm sure, but when
Yeah.
you think about it, that's a huge song.
Just off top right now, yeah.
Okay,
Lightning
let's
round.
take it to a lightning round.
round.
We could rumble in this forever. Okay,
Yes.
lightning round, Annie. We ask you a this or a that. You
Okay.
can choose to say as much as you want about the artist or as little as you want. You just have to make a tough decision.
Okay.
Let's start with Weezer or Blink 182.
Oh, Blink 182.
Ooh, right off.
Okay,
Okay.
right off the bat.
Question. Little Neek, we don't need to hear anything from you.
That was so fast.
So fast. Nika's like,
We didn't
"Whoa,
even have to
slow
finish
down."
the 182.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's just like,
Can't
yeah.
even compare those two. I'm sorry.
Ooh,
In my
That's
opinion.
fair.
okay. I like it.
It was definitely like a monumental band in my like early musical in terms. I was playing the drums. They were one of the first artists I learned to play their songs on the drums. Like I just am honestly obsessed with Blink 182. So when Machine Gun Kelly just came out with his new album,
Mm-hmm.
it's like big Blink 182 vibes. Like took me back to like middle school kind
I
of.
love
like,
it.
Yeah, Blink 182.
Let-
No competition.
Let me ask you this. I'm gonna flip this whole thing on its head. We haven't done this before. Blink 182 or No Doubt?
Her face
Yes,
just
folks,
went
that
through
screen-
so many
that screen-
emotions.
The screen is not frozen.
Yeah,
folks.
it just went through so many emotions right there.
Yeah. Well, she was riding really high. She was super
She-
confident. you
Yeah,
know?
I was really excited. I was confident. No doubt.
See? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She
All
doesn't
right.
feel good about
Body
it.
is iconic, and
Yeah.
No Doubt just yeah.
Nice.
I love how Annie gave such a big spiel for Blink 182,
Uh-huh.
and then that spiel was given for No Doubt.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
She was like Homer Simpson coming out of the bushes wearing a No Doubt shirt. She's like, yo, I always rode for No Doubt. What are you talking about? Big No Doubt fan.
I mean, it's a female lead singer, so
yeah.
I can't not. And she's just iconic, so.
Girl power. Yeah. No, I feel that.
Okay,
Justin Timberlake or Usher?
Usher. His
Okay.
vocals are just insane.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's
Like-
fair.
Just acoustic, just by themselves, are just crazy. Not saying that Justin Timberlake's aren't, but and again, during my childhood, Usher was just like hit
Yeah.
after hit
Yeah.
growing up. So
Big Timers or Yin Yang Twins?
Yin Yang Twins.
Okay.
That one's
Nelly or Ja Rule?
Ooh, Nelly.
Okay. Bee Gees or Fugees?
Oh man. Why are you doing this to me?
It's tough.
Bee Gees.
Okay.
Just listen to
Sade or Aaliyah?
Aaliyah.
Ooh, okay.
That's a
Hands
quick pick. Quick
Yeah, that was
pick.
quick.
Hands down.
Quick.
Look at
Hands
first
down.
pick.
Back out of the bushes wearing the Aaliyah shirt. 3-6 Mafia or Wu-Tang Clan?
Oh man. From my experience, obviously 3-6 Mafia because they were around for like when I was growing up. But I would say between the two overall, Wu-Tang for sure.
Okay. TLC or SWV?
TLC.
Okay. Missy Elliott or Busta Rhymes?
Missy Elliott.
Okay. That's fair. Fuck it, we'll ask it. Hall & Oates or Outkast?
Is this a common one or is this a first timer?
Oh, this is
the toughest question.
all the questions that we're asking you are previous episodes, and this was our first episode that we've ever done. So
Yeah.
Okay. Repeat.
All
I just
the
need
notes
you to repeat it so I
or
can feel
Outkast?
like which one I.
I'm going to say it as
Okay.
monotone as possible, not playing favorites to either side. Hall & Oates, Outkast.
Bueller.
Bueller. No pressure. Just think, whatever you say, somebody's going to be upset at you.
Oh yeah.
That's a great part of all of this.
Hall & Oaks.
Oh, that's a terrible answer.
Oh, come on. I love Outcast too.
That's fair. No, that's fair. Neek, you know what time it is. It's time for a very special question that we've been asking all of our guests every week.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yes.
So fun. It's not nearly as much pressure, and it doesn't hurt as bad. So you get endorsed by any fast food company of your choosing. And in Travis Scott McDonald's fashion, you get to pick the meal that is going to be your meal. What is it and where is it?
Oh, wow. It has to be fast food, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm.
Preferably. I mean, if you want to get fancy and pick Olive Garden or something like that, I'll let it go.
This is tough for me. I try not to eat fast food. Obviously, I do it here and there, but.
Wait, can we just think for a sec that having your own meal at Olive Garden, how great that would be.
That would be great.
It's just its own page in the book, and they're like, I'll take the Nico Lopez tour of Italy, please.
It's just a mountain of breadsticks off top, like not the four that they bring you, but just like a full plate.
Yeah.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
They dump the salad on your head, and they're like, here you go.
Guys, this is hard. I'm trying to think where it would be. I mean,
what's your most commonly visited fast food establishment?
Probably Taco Bell.
Okay, let's start there.
Okay.
Let's start with the drink. What's the drink gonna be?
I guess a Baja Blast.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And what else is with it?
This is your chance to bring back things.
Anything.
I can bring back things that aren't on the menu right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say I'm really having to think about this. Everything I'm thinking of has so much cheese in it.
Oh, you can add as much cheese as you want.
Do it up.
Like cheesy Fiesta potatoes would definitely be in the order.
Okay.
That's off menu, right? That's gone now?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then probably I'm just thinking of what I eat there. That was off menu. I guess I'll just try and stay at least one thing that's still on. So quesarito, probably. That's still on the menu.
That's a good pick.
Cheese.
Solid meal.
Yeah.
It's a solid meal.
It really is.
I mean, I feel like that's really all you need, but if you just want to get fancy with it, I guess you could get, I don't know, just another side taco with it. A supreme taco. So it has to be.
That's great. That's like a meal where you're like, I'm going to take the rest of the day off.
This one comes in a box.
Yeah. Andy, we have a bunch of questions for you here. Questions from all across the board. How did you get started DJing?
Oh man, okay. It's actually kind of a funny story. So when I was in college, I was also a waitress at like a little diner here in Indy. And myself and my best friend were both waitressing on the day that I met my mentor, who is DJ No. I don't know if you know him.
Oh yeah,
shout out.
They are. Okay.
Shout out to DJ No.
Yeah. So that's how I met him. That he and Chris Beatty actually asked us to be on one of their podcasts that they had for Stop Beefing Radio. And we were talking all about relationships on the podcast. And during the podcast, when they took their breaks, No would just like DJ, like 5 to 10 minute breaks. And I kind of just was like, you know what? Like I've played all kinds of instruments. I've been singing my whole life. Like I know how to read music, but I've never really thought about like DJing or producing or that side of music. So I just said like, would you be willing to teach me? And I guess right off the bat, he was like, I mean, sure, if you want to. He was kind of hesitant at first. He was like, I don't really want to teach anybody. But when he ended up teaching me, he didn't really teach me. He just literally threw me in the mix. Like he threw me on CJs, and then he threw me on turntables. And then like my first gig was not like he didn't baby me at all. I mean, he had people over that would just boo me, like throw things at me. Like,
Oh,
just,
shit.
really, he was really trying to prepare me for I don't know
DJ
what.
at the
but-
Apollo? Oh my God.
You're like, who brought a crate of rotten fruit to the club? What?
They loved it.
Jeez.
Yeah, they were all about it. They would just be drinking, booing me, even if I wasn't bad. They were. I don't know if they were trying to prepare me. I don't know what it was. I mean, other than that,
Prepare
I
you for
like,
what? The worst gig ever?
Right.
Like, I'm never coming back to this place.
God,
So
the
when my
the
worst
only
thing
person that ever
did happen, I was like, it could have been worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
So-
What were you gonna say, Travis?
Oh, I was gonna say the only person that ever booed me in the club is Colin.
That's true.
Yeah.
But here's why. I boo him. So, all right.
Boo and yell that you already played it and like all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But
So
that's just enjoyment.
we DJ together so much that you have to find a way to make it fun again. Like there's something you have to do to make it fun. So I will always show up later than Travis to any gig we have. Just by default, Travis is there. Travis is super prepared. He's been in the club for 6 hours, downloading music, ready to go for the gig. I'll show up and walk through the door and instantly do this and boo him loudly. So whoever's nearby sees me doing that and they look back at him and they're kind of concerned. And then they look back at me and I like point to him and be like, this is fucking trash. And then I'll go up there and plug in and DJ with them. And so people are always just offended or scared or don't know. They feel bad for what's going on. And then I go up and DJ with him and then it's just very confusing for them.
I like
Yes.
that tradition, honestly.
Makes me a better DJ.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's what
makes-
he was trying. That's what JR was trying to do, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean that's basically how I got started, and he took me along to just so many gigs that he definitely did not have to do. Like as a new DJ, like I played Little Five, like
Oh, yeah.
the weekend at Brothers. It was insane. It was like within my first probably 6 months of DJing. He just threw me
Damn,
on there.
that's
by
huge.
myself.
That is
Was
tight.
like, you got this. And it was, and he knew I picked turntables. He made me do both just so I was versatile and could do both. But then I chose turntables. And then when I had been using turntables, and when we were in Bloomington, he was like, well, I only have CDJs. So I remember being like, oh, fuck. Like, I don't know if I
Yeah.
remember the buttons. Like, and now I'm nervous. And he's not the kind of person to be like, are you ready? After he cues up a song, like he walks away and like you don't have a choice. Like you just have to do it or there's going to be no music and then everyone's going to be looking at me and I don't want that. So
Yeah.
I think like he was hands down an amazing mentor. Like I would have been well prepared as a DJ.
I kind of like that trial by fire
Mhm.
DJ strategy where it's like, okay, my Serato isn't working. I have to figure out why on my own, and if something goes wrong in the club, like it's on you because you're going to be going to gigs by yourself pretty soon after you start DJing, and it's kind of all up to you.
And he would unplug stuff. He would turn the reverse on, the mixer before, like, and I would just be like, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. Cause he knows, like, when that kind of stuff happens, I normally just like go into crisis mode and I just want to hide. Like, I'll
Which
never
is
forget
all-
the time I was DJing with Rican and I don't know what happened. I think it was the USB. Something happened or the cord came unplugged. It was like Revel at like 1:30 in the morning. And he had walked away and the music stopped and I just ducked. I was like,
You're like, yo, what the fuck?
I literally came running up and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. He's like, you can't just duck. I'm like,
I'm not
They're
even
just
gonna
like-
act like I haven't done that before.
Yeah,
I've
right.
literally
who has it? And,
ducked and just been like trying to fix things. And
like
I
with
see
your
my
hands. Yeah, you're just like,
Yeah.
wait, you mess up with the mixer.
I'm like
Or
holding
you
a
mess
tray
up
of
and you just
drinks.
like look really concerned, like
And then I pop up mad, like somebody else did it.
They're like, yeah, get that guy out of here. Some fucking clown.
Just back that ass up or something.
yeah. So the best advice I got. One of the best advice he did give me was, if there's a problem, it's normally something extremely simple. So
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
calm down, check everything that's could possibly be wrong, like simply, like it's a button or it's just like a switch. And every time that something has been wrong, that's exactly what it is. So
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What has DJing taught you? Like, what's your biggest takeaway lesson from DJing?
oh man, do you want me to get deep or no?
Yeah, you can get
Up to you.
got a pro count. We got time.
Hey, we got time.
We got a
We're on the
pro
pro
count.
count. Yes.
Questions are coming in real slow now.
Brought to you by Direct Music Service. Direct Music
Shout out
Service,
Direct
where you
Music
can get
Service.
all your music there fast. Download them at a good speed, at a good rate. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah,
Man,
go ahead.
I would just say, I think starting out, I was not prepared for like the culture that comes with DJing. And when I say that, I just kind of mean the party culture in terms of like the drinking and like obviously the drugs that can come with it. And I mean, just seeing like how people act like when they're just drinking and like obliterated. I think the hardest thing for me has been the drinking part. Like at first I was like, oh, this is just going to be a fun thing for me to do. I wasn't really thinking it was going to be like a career. And then it kind of took off, and then it just got out of control for me. Like I was just drinking nonstop, like blacking out during my sets, which is scary to think. And then I don't know how the night ends, or like someone has to finish for me, which that's so embarrassing to me. But I think once I was like really deep in it, I was like, there's gotta be some sort of way. I gotta pull back somehow, because if not, like this is just gonna end up like badly. And so, I think my anxiety too, like going in, like when I started being by myself, like especially at places like Envy or like Teeny, and when I would feel anxious about my DJing, like not confident. Like if I went in not feeling confident, then that would be another reason for me to be like, I'll just take some shots and I'll be fine. And then like 3 shots turns into like 8. And then the next thing you know, it's just like, what is going on? And like I normally try to record every set that I play so that I can just like obviously do better the next time, or, you know, have it to put on SoundCloud or whatever. But I'll listen and be like, you can just tell, when it hits. And it's just so hard to say no to people when they like want to offer you a shot or want to like, you know, just like hang and drink with you while you're DJing.
Yeah. It's
so
tough because people don't realize that you've been there the whole night.
Right.
You know, so while you're just popping in for one shot, you're already 6 or 7 shots deep, and this is number 8 for you, even though it's their first shot of the night. They're just getting started or whatever. And it's literally like a fucking handshake when everyone comes in. Let's do a shot. Let's do a shot. Let's do a shot. And then you're like, I still have to fucking work.
Yeah, I'm working right now.
Yeah, like this is fun and it's a party for you, but everything could go wrong and it falls on me at the end of the day. Like, yeah, we were just kind of talking about that. Nick and I were talking about a lot of DJing and the drinking that comes with it over the weekend. We were discussing that, and there's no real right way to kind of dodge people and be like, yeah, I'm not drinking, because then somebody will give you shit and be like, this guy's not fucking drinking. And you're like, well, at this point now, my friends just know. They're like, all right, well, he doesn't drink anymore or whatever. But if you are taking a night off and people know you for drinking or whatever, it's tough to be in the club and be like, hey, I'm just taking it easy tonight. And then they'll be like, oh, you're fucking weak, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, well, I'll be back tomorrow doing this again.
Yeah, same exact thing. So just give me one night. Yeah, I've had a couple of spots that like will give me a big bucket to put under the booth. So like if somebody gives me a shot and I like can't say no, or I feel bad saying no, I just like take it and pretend to take it and just throw it in the bucket.
That's awesome. Yeah,
So,
I haven't heard anybody do that, but that's really dope.
Yeah, I do it normally at Teeny every time because I do. Like that's like the spot where I have the most people that come to see me. Like I have the friends and all the bartenders are my friends, and so it adds up quickly. And I'm also like 120 pounds, so like 5 shots is probably enough for one night for me. And then they're out here trying to give me like 10 to 15, and I'm like, you guys are really really pushing it. So, but yeah, that's been something that I started doing at Teeny, I would say like around this time last year. I was just
That's
using
smart.
That is smart.
the shots in there.
That is smart.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned from 2020? And this can be overall. Doesn't have to be directly for DJ.
Man, okay. I guess I would say, and we're like right at the end, I would say probably the biggest lesson that I've learned is to kind of allocate your time to the people that truly matter and that really care about you. Especially with not being in the clubs as often, you kind of figure out like who's your party friend and who are your friends that really care about you and who are the people that are going to be there when like shit's like not okay. And so I would say to really like cherish and nurture those relationships would probably be like my biggest lesson, and make sure that you're checking in on those people too. Even if they're always checking in on you. I feel like
as we get older, our circles get smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's another thing we were all talking about this weekend, where if you have certain people that you can always count on, that's so much solace right there. Just being able to be like, I can call Travis, I can call Neek, I can always rely on these people to pick up the phone and be like, yo, I got this going on, or I got that going on. And I think it's important to compartmentalize those friendships where it's like, this is just a club friend. Yeah. If my car is broke down on the side of the highway, I cannot call them.
I can't call that person.
You know, they will not do that. And once you realize your A group of friends, your B group of friends, your C group of friends, like who's important to you, it makes life so much easier. You can delete all these extra numbers out of your phone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even need these. It's important to do that. I don't know, guys. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. And it's important to know your energy and to control your energy and control of how much you give out to certain people. You know, I think that was the biggest thing that I've definitely been learning too, is just learn how to give as much energy as you need to give, because some people will drain that energy and drain that light. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, I think the other thing too for me would be reacting versus like just not reacting at all. Just picking and choosing like when's a good time to react and when's a good time to just step back and be like, you know what, I'm just not even going to say anything. I'm not going to do anything yet until I feel ready.
Right.
I feel like that's another huge lesson for me, because I feel like I just kind of react without thinking. Like exactly what I feel is exactly what I'm going to say and exactly how it's going to come off. Like if I'm angry, upset, disappointed, and then I say things I don't mean. So I've been learning to kind of try to hit the brakes on reacting and speaking out of a place that is not truly who I am.
And most of the time too, the thing that you're reacting to will probably blow over.
Right.
In less time, you know. Yeah, exactly. So that's a good thing that I've learned in myself too, is you just get patience. Yes.
No, I think it's important too to take the time this year especially and realize that phone is not ringing like it used to be back in February, back in January. It's dried up quite a bit. The calls have been few and far in between. And it's important to keep that in your mind when we do get back into things. Who hit you up and who simply did not check in on you. Because that number of people that you thought were right there for you, a lot of them have gone silent for all of us during this. And it happened right when we went out of work, so it's like, fuck. Next time when you want guest list back in 2029, when we open up the clubs again, then I'm not going to have a telephone because I'm living in the future.
Exactly. Hey, since we're on this kind of like origin feel, the boys and I, we have started a DJ biopic cinematic universe. Okay. So in Annie's Annie D's movie, who is playing Annie D?
Oh wow. Okay. It can be. Does it have to be like an actress, or can it be anybody?
It could be anybody. Well, preferably an actress. Preferably an actress or an actor.
Or an actor, yeah.
But it could be a musician turned actor.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
True. Yes,
Person that
absolutely.
came to my mind was a musician.
Yeah, it could be that too.
Halsey was the first person I thought of.
I love it. Love it. Great.
That'll
pick.
work.
Great pick.
That'll work.
I can't wait for these movies to start. They're gonna be sick.
Yeah. Once we can finally get everyone written down from this year, the list is growing exponentially.
Yeah, we're gonna make a whole Avengers poster too with everybody on it. It's gonna be great.
It needs to
DMS
happen.
is gonna have a big budget. We got a lot of actors. We got
big budget. I want to ask you this, Annie. I think this is good to talk about for a lot of our listeners that are looking for their pivot right now. A lot of places are closed. A lot of clubs are closed. A lot of clubs are closed permanently. And a lot of DJs are struggling looking for, what the fuck am I going to do next? Now, I bring this to you as somebody who is a massage therapist. That is your full-time, that's your 9 to 5, yeah?
Right now, no. But
No. Okay. But going into all of this, that was your focus and all of that.
Yep.
Has that always been an ideal profession? Have you had aspirations for that for a while?
I think it honestly started, it was like early last summer. 2019. Like, what year are we in? 2020, duh. How can I forget?
The longest year
How
ever.
could I forget? But 2019 feels like forever ago.
Yeah.
I just was kind of in the spot that I was just talking about with DJing, where it was like, I was just like constantly, like, it was starting to feel like unfulfilling in terms of like, I was doing more of the partying than it was about DJing. And I just really did not want to like get like suckered into that. I just like, based off of my family history and just everything, I was like, I still want to DJ, but I just want to also have another career that I can, that like feels more holistic and more like I'm helping people in like a direct way. And so like holistic medicine is always like yoga and Pilates and all that stuff has always been something that like I have done or has interested me. And I didn't really think about massage therapy until somebody brought, like, I've always had people tell me like when I give them massages, like I'm really good at it, but I never really thought about it until my family members were like, you know, have you thought about maybe doing like massage? And so I went to a couple of different schools and I was like, I don't know, maybe this is just like, maybe I'm having like an early midlife crisis. I'm not really sure what's going on in my mind, but the director that I met with at the school I attended kind of changed the whole thing for me. She, like, it was just exactly what I wanted to do in terms of like helping heal people and, you know, just the different avenues that you can use with massage therapy. There's just so much that you can do, which is why I haven't started yet, because I'm going to do whole another set of like, it's only like a couple of weeks, but then I'll be specialized in exactly what I want to be specialized in. But there's just so many different things you can do with it. And it's also just like a very healing experience to go through that schooling. Like, I didn't really think about it, but it's a lot of meditation and a lot of like talking about manifestation and like, you know, all the things that can help with, I mean, to be honest, the career with DJing, that career that I had before, kind of like balancing like the yin and yang of like life and those sorts of things. So once I started, I was like, yeah, this is definitely what I want to do eventually.
That's
so.
rad.
That's right.
That's super rad. Yeah, I definitely know that with everyone being out of work, people are kind of confused on what their identity is. A lot of DJs, especially, you know, and producers are just simply not inspired right now, you know, and they don't feel a need to get on Twitch. We've all struggled on Twitch. Like, we're putting up like very small numbers compared to other people. And it's like, is this worth it? You know, we like second guess all the time. But to kind of parlay this into that, have you developed any new hobbies during COVID, or have you been working on anything that you haven't been doing before this?
Honestly, I mean, I've been like, I used to read a lot, and then I stopped because my degree is in journalism, so I've always been a writer.
Mhm.
And so I loved to read growing up. Just my whole life, I've loved to read. So that kind of fell off the past 5 years, I would say, and I started like just reading more often. And I also think like meditation has been like the one thing I really picked up during COVID, just because meditating can truly be really difficult for people, just because it's hard to quiet your mind and kind of like get to that space where you can truly like gain something from the meditation. And so I think that would probably be the one thing that I've picked up and learned kind of how to do when I'm like panicking or like freaking out about my identity or what I'm going to do or like how I'm going to have money or am I going to have this gig next week? And like, obviously they're not paying as much. So it's just like those moments where I like panic.
Yeah.
Like I would say like meditation has been something that like I've learned through COVID.
Do you have any advice for somebody looking to get into meditation, like right off the top, like anything you could?
I guess I would say guided meditation is honestly going to be your best bet, and I would say the shorter the better when you start off. So I would say like there's a bunch of different, you can find a bunch on YouTube, but Louise Hayes has a good one that's pretty short. She's one of my favorite authors. And she like has spent her life like teaching people how to heal their bodies the natural way without medicine, just with your thoughts and your mind. I would say a guided meditation is going to be the best thing for you. And I would say just do it over and over again, like every day. Even if like halfway through, I've like when I first started during school, we would have to do meditations and I would be lost after like 30 seconds. I'm like, I cannot quiet my mind. Like, I don't know how the fuck to do this. Like this just seems way more difficult than it needs to be. Like it's supposed to be relaxing. This is not relaxing. But once you just like try not to think about, like, I think the thing for me during meditation is like they try to tell you like think of like a safe space, and then I'm just like thinking so hard about a safe space, like thinking what's a safe space, and it should naturally be the first thing that comes to your mind. So like it's not like you have to think about it, it's just like what arises in you and just go with it. Whether it's an emotion or it's something that you see. And I would also say write your feelings down and emotions down before you meditate, and then immediately after you meditate. And if you saw anything or felt anything during it, those would be my words of advice.
That's super dope advice. I never thought to keep a meditation journal, which is very cool. We have asked a lot of serious questions. I do want to get into a couple fun questions, because it's not all a completely serious podcast, even though sometimes we play doctors on this thing.
I love it.
Annie, what was your first concert you ever went to, and what was your favorite concert?
My first concert. Why am I forgetting right now what my first concert was? It was something like totally not. Pat Benatar.
Ooh.
My first concert ever.
Dang, dope.
That I never in a million years. Shout out Pat.
Love that may be our
first. That may be our first Pat Benatar shout out on
Absolutely.
the podcast. It
is, and I'm here for it.
Shout out,
Neek, some words on Pat Benatar?
Pat's dope.
That's a
dope.
review.
That is dope.
Pat's dope.
We may have to make those shirts. Pat's dope.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Favorite concert.
My favorite concert ever. I would probably say Paramore.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm a big Paramore
Shout
fan.
out Paramore. I love Paramore.
You did not know.
Love Paramore.
Now you know. If you've never seen any of my Twitches, when we do Unwritten, I have a party called Unwritten with another local DJ, Bonstrew, and Paramore.
Shout out Bonstrew.
Paramore's
Tell us about this party, because I went one time. I was fortunate enough to be in town in Indianapolis on a Sunday at Patron Saint. Shout out to that whole team down there. Tell us about what inspired you to create your own night.
So when I first met Bill, it's so funny the way Bill and I first met. A bunch of other local DJs were like, this is the goofiest DJ. Like, he plays the silliest stuff. Like, he plays High School Musical. And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, that's the kind of stuff, like, I would love to play. And I do play when I'm, like, at Teeny and Metro. Those are the spots that you can play that kind of stuff at. And I was like, I need to, like, hear this guy play. So he invited me to play with him at Brothers. And he was doing that kind of stuff at Brothers. I'm talking, like, High School Musical into, like, Live Sheck West. I was like, what is going on? Like,
oh, yes.
Like, this guy is, like, the mirror image of me as a DJ. And so we just kind of collabed and we're like, we should start a night. And I don't know how. I think we were just, like, thinking of songs and names. And Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten, we were like, this just embodies the whole night. So that's how Unwritten came about, the name. And it's kind of just like a night where you can literally play whatever the fuck you want. Whatever the fuck you want to play, drop it. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But we have a big focus on, like, sing-alongs and, like, those pop songs, Paramore songs, like Natasha Bedingfield. I'm trying to think of other ones that we play.
Can I come in there and play Let It Go?
Yes, he plays Let It Go. So you absolutely can.
Yes. It's already been played, bro. It's already been played.
Yeah, it's already been played. I already played it.
Hey, but you know I got the Jersey remix, so.
The Jersey.
Yeah.
Go.
Yes.
Like, the silliest things you can think of. Just, and I think my. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I said I think I played at Rapture, which is Cool Hand Lex's night, and I did my signature transition from Unwritten, and now it's like this big thing. And I do Cowboy Take Me Away by Dixie Chicks into I Know You See It by Young.
Oh, yes.
What?
Yes.
Send that over. You're gonna.
And everyone is just like, wait a minute. Why was that?
I don't play.
Why was that so good? Like, what just happened?
That's amazing.
So that's
so funny.
I love that. I love that.
What is your favorite closing song to play? Last song of the night, lights on, Annie D is playing.
I mean, honestly, I think I just said it.
Is that it?
Like, Cowboy Take Me Away.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have a couple of different ones.
Time, or if that's a closer, or.
I mean, it just depends on my mood. Mm. Maybe I played it twice on accident. Oops. No, I'm kidding. I have done that before, but now you're making me want to look at my Serato because I'm forgetting. I would say Cowboy Take Me Away would be one of them. Wake Me Up Before You Go. That's always a good one that I like to play at the very end.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
I'm trying to think of my one I always play at Metro. I'm forgetting everything tonight. It's a old pop song, and everyone's always like, I forgot about this. I can't figure it out. Yeah, it's normally something cheesy though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unless I'm playing like Candy Cane, sometimes I do that too. Just depends on who I'm in.
Love it. Now you're talking my language right there.
We have to take you out to a stranded island, Travis.
Taking you out to a stranded island. Actually, no, you are stranded on an island. We are not taking you. We are just going to be listening to your broadcast of one album and one album only. What album is that?
I had a feeling this kind of question was going to be asked. One album and one album only. I don't know why Dirty Sprite to My Future is coming to my mind.
No. That's a first.
That's the first album I ever bought myself on vinyl.
That's amazing.
So
that is so sick.
I'll go grab my copy right now.
It's
amazing. Go grab my copy right now. Fuck yeah.
That's so dope. That's so dope. I love it.
That's dope.
That's it.
I love it.
It's great because I would say it's a classic. But
that's Future classic. That is a classic album by Future.
there's a lot of people that would hear me say that that's a classic album and be like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that would say this is a fucking classic album.
It's a classic album.
And yeah, it's nice to hear that in the same vein as Clash, London Calling, Stevie Wonder, Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, Blueprint, Future, Dirty Sprite too.
Dirty Sprite.
Yes. I love
I
it.
fuck with that. I
That
love
is
that
so
answer.
dope. That is so dope.
That is so dope. Annie, do you have any weird preset rituals? Is there anything you do that is like a superstition? I always do this before I DJ.
I put my left sock on first.
It's the left sock, isn't it?
That's just me.
Yeah.
It's just
I can
left
tell
sock.
when you forget and go right.
It changes everything.
It changes the whole sound. Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, I guess I would say. I mean, I guess I would say like back to my old serious ass. I kind of just like say something positive going in, like give myself like, doesn't have to be the same thing every time, but like, you know, like be but just something simple, like be confident, like you're the shit, like right before I start, so I'm not
That's
like
dope.
feeling anxious or, you know.
Yeah. I'm
Nothing
with
like
That's
put
dope.
stock on first, but I probably changed my outfit like 5 times, but that's not
it.
Costume change.
costume change.
Let's wrap it up with this quick question. Annie, we're coming to Indianapolis. You are taking us to what restaurant?
Beholder.
Beholder.
Wait, the Holder?
Beholder.
Tell us about this.
So it's a local restaurant. Jonathan Brooks is the owner. He actually owns Milktooth as well.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard of either one, but it's the menu's different. Almost, it's different monthly, sometimes weekly, depending on, I mean, how he's feeling or what he gets in, and they make everything right in front of you. It's like a small little spot. Everyone in there is super dope, super cool, very laid back environment, and the food is amazing.
Dope.
That's dope.
So,
Has Peyton Manning been there?
no. It's
Shout
a newer
out
restaurant.
Peyton
So
Manning.
it's the restaurant that got all the attention when Muckruck came and put the bunnies on the side, and then it got
I know
all
what
this
you're talking about.
attention.
They might not know what you're talking about.
They got all this attention, and they had to repaint over it like the next day.
Oh wow.
But the
Okay.
owner,
They put
the
a
owner
mural.
framed it and put it right inside, and you can still see it from the outside. So, but it's
Oh, that's
inside
dope.
instead.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
it's just a
dope.
local restaurant by a really cool dude that
Mhm.
makes amazing food.
Shout out to the Holder.
Shout out. I still haven't eaten there actually, so next time I'm in Indy, that is a mandatory stop.
Yeah, we're gonna get out
Annie,
there.
where can people find you on social media? Let them know what nights you have coming up, because since Indy is still open a little bit, let people know what's good.
You can find me on Instagram. You can either type in DJ Annie D, or it's my full name, which is Annie Dalhanty. My last name's kind of hard to spell, but it's DULHANTY. Same thing on Facebook. I'm also DJ Annie D on Facebook. You can find either one of my pages. Those are my main 2 socials that I use. I have a Twitter. It's DJ Annie D as well. I don't use that one as often, but coming up, I'll be at Tin Roof on Saturday night, 7 to 11. Special hours, and then next Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, I'm up at the Sycamore Social in Kokomo,
Dang, that's dope.
10 to 3. Which is normal
That's
hours.
dope. 10 to 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
What?
That's the only gig I have right now. That's 10 to 3. So all the counties outside of Marion County in Indiana are allowed to be open until 3.
Wow. Okay.
So we're the only one that has to close down at 12. So anytime I go out, literally 20 minutes outside of Marion County, if I'm in Carmel, it gets wild.
Mm.
They're open until 3 a.m. and they don't really have a capacity limit.
Wow. Okay.
Now they do.
It just seems that's crazy.
But-
It just seems like such a faraway land
It does.
where nightclubs are open until 3 a.m. and people are dancing. You can dance in these clubs.
You
Like
can
we just played.
dance.
It's fucking crazy. We just played
That's
in
so
Vegas,
crazy to think
and
about.
there was no dancing allowed.
No dancing.
in Vegas.
Yeah, like when I'm at Tin Roof, everyone has to be at tables,
Okay.
obviously,
Mhm.
and no one can dance. It's not allowed. If people
Okay.
try to dance, they get yelled at or they get kicked out.
Mhm.
But then I go to Kokomo, which is like maybe an hour drive, and they can literally do whatever they want. Full capacity, everyone's dancing. It's like
COVID doesn't dance up there. So
No,
you can dance
yeah.
up there. COVID
Yeah.
didn't show up. It was all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, COVID did not show up in Kokomo. No, I have to have somebody. I have to have I asked for a separate like person that works there to just be my guard at the booth.
Yeah,
Because people were
smart.
trying to come up in the booth, and I was like, I'm not having.
Smart.
Just give him
Yeah.
the Heisman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
I tried to, but
yeah.
when I'm in the middle of DJing and some dude's like breathing down my neck, I'm like, how did
Sorry.
you get up here? Like, and why? Are you So then I just said, I was like, could you please have somebody right there just so people don't come on stage?
Yeah. Smart.
That's
It's a whole nother world.
stressful.
Yeah.
That's
You gotta
super stressful.
see. We gotta add that on our writers now. You know.
Yeah, a glass box or a plastic box around the
Yep.
booth.
Or just a dude.
That's gonna be a thing.
That's people
That is
out.
gonna be a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I read that clubs are. I don't know if it's gonna be true. Where you would have to show your immunization forms in order to get in, show that you already had the vaccine in order to get into the club.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I mean,
Stuff, man.
nobody
I don't-
wants to
We're
cough
not gonna
on.
go get
Crazy
food.
world. Crazy world.
Not gonna
Crazy
get
world.
food
We're just gonna leave
right
that
now.
there.
Yeah,
We are.
Nobody wants to get
Yikes.
coughed on.
I mean, true.
Jesus.
That is true.
I mean, I don't think I could dance in a club right now if people aren't wearing masks. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I don't think that's a hot take either.
Hey,
No.
I'm just. Hey, if Amy D plays her routine, I'm dancing.
No mask, no mask.
No
I wear a
mask.
mask, but I'm dancing.
Yo, is that gonna be the new thing where when people hear a hot song, instead of throwing their
Hey,
hat
they'll
or
take
whatever,
that
they
mask
take
off.
their mask off right
Yeah.
away? They're like, yo, this is my
It's
shit.
too hot for a mask. I
Take that
can't.
mask off.
Shit. Yeah, you got that backup mask in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw that one away.
Wow, you just
Yeah.
Flick it into a crowd.
Wow, get a new
Just-
one.
It lands on someone's face perfectly. You're like, whoa.
That cowboy shit. You got the damn Dixie chicks? Wow.
Yo.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my god. Damn, it's already been an hour. Annie, thank you so much for joining
Thank you,
us.
Annie.
Thank you guys
Thank you for a
having me.
serious conversation too.
Yes.
It's all fun.
That
and
was our
games around
first.
These parts. That
That was
No,
our
of course
first.
it was
and
your first.
we appreciate that. No, for real. That was great. That was great.
Yeah, we appreciate a serious chat
We
here.
need to change
And
this sometimes.
yeah, and I do suggest that people look out for themselves as far as if you are drinking too much while DJing, take a night out. Fuck it. It can't hurt anything, and definitely get into a side of taking care of yourself. Shout out to massage therapy, holistic medicine, and definitely meditation. I think those are all great avenues. We will be back next week with another guest. We haven't booked a guest yet, so it'll be a surprise to all of us. We're pretty backed up on this show. So shout out to directmusic.service.com. Thank you for helping us get this Zoom Pro account so we can talk
And
all day with you guys.
The new
And the new
apartment.
apartment.
Shout out to the new apartment.
Yeah. Yo, Travis got a new place.
Hey, we're moving
That's
on.
great,
up,
bro.
man.
We're
Direct
moving
music
on
service.
up.
They laced you up.
They did.
What else do we have to shout out? Was there something else? Not the
Shout out
Bears.
therapist. Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to my
Whether-
girlfriend for having her birthday this weekend and killing everybody and making them drink so much. Man,
Yeah.
everybody's still recovering from that. So shout out to her.
Jeez. Oh, we have to shout out the t-shirts too. We did make t-shirts. We made some Men on Vacation t-shirts. If you guys aren't following us on social media, that is men_on_vacation on Instagram. Those shirts are long gone by now. By the time you'll be
We're gonna
hearing
have
this.
more.
Shout
We
out to
will
the
have
shirts that
more.
are gone.
That are gone.
Yeah.
No. Hopefully there will be more, but
No, I'm here to thank the people that
maybe.
purchased them. I'm here to thank the people that purchased them. Thank you. You guys know who you are. And shout out to Diane and the whole team over at Sunshine Noodle. Please stay up. Please go buy her food. It is a fantastic restaurant that needs your support. Actually, go buy food from any local restaurant right now. That's kind of my spiel right now. These clubs, these restaurants are dropping like flies. The percentage of restaurants that are going to close permanently, that number keeps going up and up. It's kind of staggering. So support your people, support local, buy local. And we will be back next week with a very surprise guest. Wear your mask, be safe, go see your therapist, go meditate, and we will see you guys next week. Peace, y'all.
Peace.